So the gaming landscape is always in motion, always shifting. We've had a solid run with the current generation of consoles, but the question that's always on the horizon is, what's next? What does the future of gaming look like, sitting on your entertainment center or in the palm of your hands? We've been digging through the rumors, the leaks, the patent filings, and the industry chatter to piece together a picture of what's coming. And let me tell you, the next couple of years are shaping up to be pretty interesting, with some familiar names and maybe, just maybe, a new player entering the game. This isn't just about faster processors or more teraflops, though we'll definitely get into that. It's about how we'll play, where we'll play, and the kind of experiences these new machines will unlock. We're talking about potential shifts in design philosophy, new approaches to hybrid gaming, and the ever-blurring line between console and PC. Welcome to the ultimate countdown of the top 5 game consoles you need to watch in 2025. We're going to break down what we know, what we think we know, and what we hope to see from the biggest names in the industry. Alright, let's kick things off with a titan of the industry, Sony. Coming in at number 5 on our list of consoles to watch for 2025 is the successor to the PlayStation 5, which we're tentatively calling the PlayStation 6. Now, before you jump into the comments, yes, 2025 is early. Most analysts are pointing towards a 2027 or 2028 release, which aligns with their typical 7-year cycle. So why is it on this list? Because the conversation, the development, and the first whispers from insiders will be happening in 2025. This is the year the groundwork becomes visible. So what can we expect from a performance standpoint? We're likely talking about a custom Zen 5 or even Zen 6 CPU from AMD paired with an RDNA 4 or 5 based GPU. The goal will be native 4K at a locked 120 frames per second as the new standard, with robust 8K gaming becoming a real viable marketing point rather than a theoretical capability. But beyond raw power, the focus will likely be on AI. Machine learning will be huge. Think about AI-driven NPCs with dynamic unscripted behavior, or AI-powered upscaling that's even more advanced than DLSS or FSR. Coming in at number 4, we're looking at Microsoft's camp. But we're not talking about a full-blown next-gen console just yet. Instead, the big thing to watch for from Team Xbox in 2025 is a rumored new hardware revision, which the internet has speculatively dubbed the Xbox Series Z. This isn't a successor, but rather a new form factor, and potentially a new strategy for Xbox in the hardware space. The rumors point towards a handheld device. Think about it. Microsoft has been pushing Game Pass and cloud gaming relentlessly. Their strategy is less about selling you a specific box and more about getting you into their ecosystem wherever you are. The most persistent rumors suggest a device with power comparable to the Xbox Series S. This is the sweet spot. It's powerful enough to run modern games natively at respectable resolutions and frame rates, like 1080p at 60 frames per second. Imagine a device that instantly syncs with your Xbox console and PC. You could be playing Starfield on your big screen TV, pause the game, pick up your Series Z, and continue right where you left off on your commute. So, in 2025, we'll be watching for an official announcement of the Xbox Series Z. It represents a potential pivot for Microsoft, doubling down on their ecosystem-first approach. Number 3. The Nintendo Switch 2. Alright, at number 3, we have what is arguably the most anticipated piece of gaming hardware on the planet, the successor to the Nintendo Switch. For the sake of this video, we'll call it the Switch 2, and 2025 is shaping up to be the year we finally see it. The original Switch is a phenomenon, but it's built on 2015-era mobile technology. The biggest upgrade, and the one everyone is waiting for, is performance. The Switch 2 is rumored to be using a custom NVIDIA Tegra chip, likely based on their Orin or a newer architecture. This translates to a massive leap in power, something akin to the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, but in a handheld form factor. This is the kind of power that would allow for 1080p portable play and potentially 4K docked play, thanks to NVIDIA's secret weapon DLSS. The screen itself is also due for a major overhaul. The Switch 2 is expected to feature a larger, higher-resolution screen as standard. We're probably looking at an 8-inch screen, maybe with a 1080p resolution and a higher refresh rate. What about the Joy-Cons? We can expect a complete redesign. Patents suggest Nintendo is experimenting with new attachment mechanisms, perhaps a magnetic rail system instead of the current physical one. So, 2025 is the year. We expect an official reveal and very likely a launch in the fall season. The Switch 2 is poised to be a monster. Number 2. The Steam Deck 2. Taking the number 2 spot is the successor to the device that completely legitimized the PC handheld market, the Steam Deck 2. Valve knocked it out of the park with the original, delivering a surprisingly powerful and incredibly open device that brought PC gaming to a new form factor. But it was very much a first-generation product. The first order of business for the Steam Deck 2 will be addressing the main pain points of the original. At the top of that list is the screen. While the new OLED model is a huge improvement, the Steam Deck 2 will likely be designed around a high-quality display from the ground up. Next up is battery life. This was the Achilles heel of the first Steam Deck, especially when playing demanding AAA games. The move to a more efficient, next-generation AMD APU will be the primary solution here. We're expecting a custom chip based on Zen 4 or even Zen 5 CPU cores and RDNA 3 or 4 graphics. This leap in architecture won't just provide more power, it will provide more performance per watt. The software experience, SteamOS, will continue to evolve. We can expect better compatibility with a wider range of games through Proton, a more streamlined user interface, and deeper integration of features like Quick Resume. But the most important aspect of the Steam Deck 2 remains its openness. It is, at its core, a PC. This is its key differentiator from the walled gardens of Nintendo and Sony. Number 1, the Apple Game Console. And that brings us to number 1. This is the wild card, the potential market disruptor, the one that could change everything. Why now? Apple has been laying the groundwork for years, almost in plain sight. Their M-series silicon is frankly astonishing. The performance of the M2, M3, and upcoming M4 chips rivals, and in some cases exceeds traditional console hardware. Think about the ecosystem itself. Apple has hundreds of millions of users already locked in. They have Apple Arcade, a subscription service that could be supercharged for a dedicated console. So what would an Apple game console look like? Knowing Apple, it would be a masterclass in industrial design. Expect a small, sleek, minimalist box that looks more like a piece of modern art than a traditional game console. The real game changer would be the integration with the rest of the Apple universe. Imagine starting a game on your Apple console, then picking it up on your iPhone on the bus, then continuing on your iPad, and finally finishing it on your MacBook. Titles like Resident Evil Village and Death Stranding on the iPhone 15 Pro were a statement of intent. They prove that AAA gaming is possible on Apple Silicon. Of course, this is all still in the realm of high-level speculation, but the smoke is getting thicker. An Apple console is no longer a question of if, but when, and its arrival could send shockwaves through the entire industry. So there you have it, our breakdown of the top 5 consoles to keep an eye on as we head into 2025. From the foundational whispers of the PlayStation 6 and the ecosystem play of an Xbox handheld, to the near-certain launch of a Switch 2, the refinement of the PC handheld with Steam Deck 2, and the massive disruptive potential of an Apple console. The next few years are going to be a wild ride for gaming hardware, with new form factors, new strategies, and new levels of performance on the horizon. Each of these potential devices offers something different, a unique vision for the future of play. It's a great time to be a gamer. But now I want to hear from you. Which of these consoles are you most excited about? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed the video and appreciate this kind of clean tech review, leaving a like is a huge help, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's next. Catch you in the next one.